Alright, so after receiving countless comments and DMs on my latest post on how I've created these images here, I've decided to just upload a YouTube tutorial from start to finish. And to answer all of those questions, yes, the moon is real. In some of my images I like to add the moon in post in Adobe Photoshop, but most of the times I'm already heading out knowing where the moon will be. And for that I can recommend a specific app. It's free, and nope, this is not a sponsor. And if you stick around, I'll show you a technique to make the moon stand out even more. So if you don't give a shit about how I take the images and you just want to edit, totally fine. Grab the free raw files down below and then skip to the editing part of this video. So for the composition, I wanted to recreate this post, but unfortunately we don't have spring, so that means no pretty colors and blossoms. I normally just have to take two images since I'm duplicating and inverting one image in the edit, but for the leaves to be in focus, we need to take two images for one composition. Now here comes the app in play, and it's called Ephemeris. And you can basically toggle from compass mode to camera mode. Then hold up your phone and you know exactly where the moon sits in the sky. Now that we have the 4 images in total, we will get back home and open up Lightroom first. After importing the raw files into Lightroom, we will mark the first set. Right click on it and then click Edit in, Open as Layers in Photoshop. Then use the ellipse mask. Now right click and add a feather of 20 for example. Mask out the moon so the focused leaves will be visible. You can press Option T and place the moon where you want. Then just go under File, Save and switch to Lightroom. It will be opened as a TIFF file, so you will still have more room in post instead of a simple JPEG file. Do the exact same with the other 2 images, merge the moon with the focused leaves, save it again and it will be automatically visible in Lightroom for us to start the actual edit. Now I won't go over all the editing techniques in detail since I have lots of tutorials on my channel. So if I'm a bit too fast, I suggest watch my in-depth tutorials to level up your editing game completely for free. After desaturating every color, I am adding a landscape mask to separate the leaves and the sky. I then made an inverted duplicate of the vegetation mask because the sky mask will mess up from time to time. I then clean up the sky mask by subtracting a few of the leaves with the color picker tool. Now I duplicate the first sky mask so I have 2 because I want to add 2 gradients in this image for the sky to create my signature style. For the brighter part I am adding a linear gradient and decrease the contrast, the dehaze and the clarity. Then I just add more exposure to it while looking at my histogram to not go full ham and trigger those "you overexposed the image, now it looks like shit" type of people. I basically do the same thing with the other sky mask but decrease the exposure and always feather out the gradients heaps so it looks cleaner. I then add the blue color back for the sky and the yellow, green and orange for the vegetation and play with the hues for a more tealish look. Now I will show you the promised tip for making the moon pop out so you will finally get the number of your crush when sending the image alongside your self-recorded version of Marry You by Bruno Mars. Just add a new radial mask and hold down Shift so it stays circular. Place it and add a feather of 2 so it won't look as harsh as my jawline. Pull down the exposure just a bit and then intersect the mask with a brush. Now size it up and brush back in the mask for this effect. Duplicate the mask but delete the brush and reset the exposure value by double clicking on it. Now do the same as before but highlight the already brighter part of the moon to emphasize its beauty. Crop it 16:9 and by pressing O on your keyboard you will get different cropping overlays which will help you with framing your images better. You see that dirt spot? Hit on spot removal tool. Okay, not actually hit on it because then your crush won't even listen to your version of Marry Me, but as you can see it does work wonders, so I won't blame you at all for doing that. Go to your vegetation mask and under hues, look for your preferred color tone. Add a bit of brightness and open up the shadows, and now just add another radial mask and up the brightness a bit to make some sort of a glow for the moon. Now that you have the basics in, you can apply it to the next image. Add the landscape mask, separate the leaves with the sky, duplicate it, and add my signature style. Search for the exact same hue values in the first image so it looks cohesive. Do all the steps and don't forget to add that glow, because without it, it just won't make any sense. You can mark all the images and export them. You can either go with JPEG to save some space or go with PNG. Go to Photoshop, create a new file, make it 5000 by 4000 with 300 pixels for insane quality. Go straight to the View tab and delete that ugly ass grid. Add another one with 2 columns and 3 rows. Now the image will snap onto the grid. Did I just say delete the grid? Let's make the background sad by deleting it as well. Command T to transform the first image. Place it here, grab the rectangle mask, draw a mask and mask it out. Always convert your images into smart objects so they feel important and won't lose any detail while editing. Hold down Command and press J. You just duplicated the layer and you can transform it and place it to the very top. Mirror it and head to the other layer because it feels kinda lonely. Size it up or down and don't worry about those white bars. We can stretch the image by grabbing a rectangle, mask out the portion and clicking Command J to create a layer with the mask. Now transform it but hold down Shift so you can call it Mr. Fantastic. Do the same with the other side and don't forget to mark them and convert them into smart objects. Now we could stretch it even more, but since AI is ruling the world in a few years, we can add to it by just using it and typing add leaves. Rearrange everything if you want, export it and add it into Lightroom for one last finishing move, which is in the Details tab. The Holy Grain, not Grail. If you have any questions or you just want me to make a tutorial for one of my reels on Instagram, for example, just comment down below. As always, much love and don't forget to follow your dreams. Fuck the haters and fuck all of those doubters. Just go out, create and stay focused. I'll see you in the next one.